Hey everyone, welcome back to An Atheist Reads the Bible for the first time. In the previous episode of our Odyssey through the NIV Bible, we covered Genesis chapter 4 and chapter 5. If you're looking forward to chapter 6 like I am, stay tuned after this. Okay. Well, we're back, and this is chapter 6 we're starting with, right at the beginning, verse 1. Previously, we did chapter 5, which was a lot of lineage to get us to Noah, so I haven't read ahead, but I'm guessing this is the story of Noah and the ark. But before we move on, please make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of the future videos that are coming up. But let's jump right in with Genesis chapter 6. Verse 1. When human beings began to increase in number on the earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. Then the Lord said, My spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. In the previous chapter, a lot of people were living to 800-900 years, except for one person got stuck and taken away after about almost 400 years. Apparently God was tired of that nonsense, and he said the most anybody's going to live from now on is 120 years. You should be mortal, and you shouldn't have those long lives. I guess he got sick of people just living on earth for so long. It seems arbitrary that all of a sudden he's going to change how long people live. Maybe people realized while they were right. Most likely what I think happened is people realized that the years didn't make sense, and whoever's writing this chapter said those years don't make sense. We're just going to say that God said no more people living that long. So all the rest of these years will be more in line with reality, but I haven't read ahead, so we'll see if that's actually true. So we're on verse 4. The Nephilim were on earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. The Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time. The Lord regretted that he made human beings on earth, and his heart was deeply troubled. So the Lord said, I will wipe from the face of the earth the human race I have created, and with them the animals, the birds, the creatures that move along the ground, for I regret that I have made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. So apparently humans were very wicked and evil during this time, and God decided he regretted his creation. You know, we've all done that. We've all made stuff and regretted it, right? I made videos on my channel, definitely regretted some of the videos, some of the choices I made. But God decided that not only is he going to wipe out humans, but he's going to wipe out all living creatures on the planet. But we got a little cliffhanger at the end there. Noah had found some positivity in God's eyes. So let's keep reading. We're on verse 9. This is the account of Noah and his family. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked faithfully with God. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight and was full of violence. God saw how corrupt the earth had become, for all the people on earth had corrupted their ways. So God said to Noah, I'm going to put an end to all people, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. I am surely going to destroy both them and the earth. So make yourself an ark of cypress wood. Make room in it and coat it with pitch inside and out. This is how you are to build it. The ark is to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, 30 cubits high. Make a roof for it, leaving below the roof an opening of 1 cubit high all around. Put a door in the side of the ark and make lower, up, middle, and upper decks. So God tells Noah of his plan. You know, I'm killing everything. I'm destroying the earth. But you can make an ark. And here's how it should be. If I was Noah, I'd be scared out of my mind. How is me making an ark going to save me and my family? You know, but God gives the dimensions of this ark. I don't know what cubits are. I'm guessing they're a unit at a time, but it doesn't sound like it's that big. So I'm wondering how. I know the ark. There's a replica ark built to the requirements in Kentucky or something, and I know it's pretty big there, but it doesn't seem all that big. It seems like the size of a good size, like a smallish Carnival cruise ship or something. So let's see where we're going. I'm going to bring floodwaters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens. Every creature that has breath of life in it, everything on earth will perish. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you will enter the ark. You and your sons, and your wife and your sons' wives with you. You are to bring into the ark 2 of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. 2 of every kind of bird, every kind of animal, and every kind of creature that moves along the ground will be kept alive. You are to take every kind of food that is to be eaten and store it away as food for you and for them. Noah did everything as God commanded. So that's the end of the chapter. But a lot of the animals, I'm sure you know, feed on each other. So how is he keeping food for the carnivores? Is he bringing extra of the prey that those carnivores eat, so that they have food to eat and can survive? That'd be interesting. So he built it. Supposedly he built this. Like 6 people are going on this boat. And he's supposed to bring all the animals to the boat. But this, I'm presuming, is in the Middle East, and there are animals all over the world. So they're not all going to make it there, obviously. So unless it's some sort of magic trick where they just pop it into Noah's life, I'm really finding it hard to believe that we're getting there. So let's pick up on Genesis chapter 7. I'm guessing this is where the flood happens. The Lord then said to Noah, "Go into the ark, you and your whole family, because I have found you righteous in this generation. Take with you 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal, a male and its mate, and 1 pair of every kind of unclean animal, a male and its mate, and also 7 pairs of every kind of bird, male and female, to keep their various kinds alive throughout the earth. 7 days from now I will send rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and will wipe from the face of the earth every living creature made." So we switched from pairs to 7s, which is weird. I always thought the story said pairs, so that's new to me. I never knew there was this take with you 7 pairs. So it's 14 of every kind of animal now. So it's not just pairs too. It's 14 on this cruise ship. I'm not really sure where they're keeping all the food, what kind of food they're keeping, and secondly, where they're going to keep all the poop. I know that's not really a common thought, but all these animals are going to have to go to the bathroom after they eat, and how are they getting rid of all this poop? And Noah did all that the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood waters came to the earth, and Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives entered the ark to escape the waters of the flood. Pairs of clean and unclean animals, of bird, and all creatures that moved along the ground, male and female, came to Noah and entered the ark, as God had commanded Noah. And after 7 days the flood waters came to the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, on the 17th day of the 2nd month, on that day all the springs of the great deep burst forth, and the floodgates in the heavens were opened, and rain fell on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. So basically, this is where he did everything. He was told we're back to just pairs. So I don't know why there was mention of 7 pairs in the last section, but apparently what God said was going to happen happened, and Noah and all these animals were saved on the ark. But again, the ark is probably not big enough. In 7 days, all animals from all across the globe aren't going to be able to get to the Middle East to be saved. And then he's flooding the entire earth. There's no record of that in history. And B, he's killing all the plants too with the flood. When plants that don't normally live underwater aren't going to be able to be survived for 40 days underwater. And since this is the global flood, this is most likely salt water. So it's not going to be really great for plant life after this is over. Let's see if there's any mention of that, or how things are going to proceed once the rain and the water moves away. On that very day, Noah and his sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth, together with his wife and the wives of his 3 sons, entered the ark. They had with them every wild animal according to its kind, all livestock according to their kinds, every creature that moves along the ground according to its kind, every bird according to its kind, everything with wings. Everything with wings, I'm guessing that also means bugs, because there's no mention of bugs, but I'm guessing if they separate the birds and everything with wings, that's really the only other choice. Let's keep going. Pairs of all creatures that have breath of life in them came to Noah and entered the ark. The animals going in were male and female of every living thing as God has commanded Noah. Then the Lord shut him in. For 40 days the flood kept coming on the earth, and the waters increased. They lifted the ark high above the earth. So the Lord shut him in. So I guess he's like, okay, slam the door, don't let the door hit you on the way out type of situation. So this is a lot of repetition about all the animals that are going on the ark, but that was kind of a fun anecdote. The Lord shut him in, basically slammed the door behind him on the way in. So let's keep going. The waters rose and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the water. They rose greatly on the earth, and all the high mountains under the entire heavens were covered. The waters rose and covered the mountains to a depth of more than 15 cubits. Every living thing that moved on land perished, birds, livestock, wild animals, and all creatures that swarm over the earth, and all mankind. This is where the Bible says the flood waters went to the highest mountain. That's thousands and thousands and thousands of feet high. So you would think there'd be some record of this, and there isn't. But also, in this, they claimed it killed everything, all mankind, all birds, all animals, everything that swarmed. So I'm guessing all the other bugs that didn't get a hitch ride on the ark with Noah got killed in this flood. And so we're coming to the end of this chapter. Let's just wrap this up and see where it's going. Everything on dry land that has breath of life in its nostrils died. Every living thing on the face of the earth was wiped out. People and animals and creatures that move along the ground, and the birds were wiped from the earth. Only Noah was left and those with him in the ark. The waters flooded the earth for 150 days. So I guess it wasn't 40 days and 40 nights. That was just how long it rained. But 150 days is a really long time. So I'm guessing not just the animals died, all the plants and trees and everything that was above ground that wouldn't normally live underwater is dead. The only plant life that's alive is the plant life that lives in the ocean, basically. And I guess all the fish get to live because they live in the water, so clearly they're able to survive this massive flood. So basically there's only fish and the people on the ark and the animals on the ark that are somehow being fed and taken care of for 150 days. That's a long time, because the only indication of how long they would be on this was when God told Noah that it would be 40 days and 40 nights. He didn't tell him to prepare for 150 days. So from the conversation it had with Noah, I would have, if I was Noah, I'd say, okay, 40 days, 40 nights, I need that much food, right? But this 150 days that the waters were there, that's 3-4 times as long. That's not, there's no way they had enough food, water, and supplies for basically 4 times as long as what they thought they were going to need to have before. So that's a little bit of a worry if I was Noah. But hopefully it gets resolved in the next chapter. And in the comments below, tell me, do you think that the next chapter, maybe you know because you read the Bible, but I haven't, are there plants left? You know, everything should be dead, basically, including plants. So what do you think is going to happen to all the animals if all the plants are dead? Comment below and let me know. Make sure you like this video. If you think it's a good project of mine, hopefully you're getting something out of this. I'm trying to be as respectful as possible, but you know, as somebody doesn't believe, that's sometimes a fine line to walk. But until I see you next time, have a great night. Bye.